Smacking asses. I would never understand that on a field. A smack of an ass all the time.
And sometimes they really get in there, girl.
And I'm kind of like,
you were kind of like, oh my God.
I was like, well, what about me, you guys?
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Comment Section Show, starring me, your fave. Everybody knows me. Who cares about me? On to the guest. Today we have the iconic duo, the legendary, the hilarious Joe and Andrew from Good Children. Woo! Welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having us.
My twins.
Literally.
Me and my sister Jason, this is our twins.
It does feel like
It's us in a
big
different
way.
different universe.
Yes,
We're
yeah,
variants of each other.
Yeah. I would have had a TLC show growing up.
Yeah,
I feel,
totally.
The four of us together.
Yeah, growing up as quadruplets.
Quadruplets?
Yeah.
We're literally the Parent Trap.
Yeah.
Stop.
With Lindsay Lohan.
We're not sisters, we're quadruplets.
We're
What it
playing
comes
each
down
other's
to.
twins.
Actually,
I'm so happy to have y'all.
Oh
We
my
go way
God.
back.
yeah.
We do.
We do.
We were just chatting. We
20
were just
years.
catching up. 20 years.
Yeah. We met when we were just children.
4 years old.
4 years
'Cause
old.
now I guess we're
all
24.
24.
We're all
Amazing.
24. Well, we share a manager, first of all.
Yes.
Me talking as if we're not being recorded and people know us.
Yeah.
So we share a manager. We also share vibes and DNA, clearly. We look
Yes,
so much
yeah.
alike. And remember when Phil was like, what was he saying how old we were? Or
Oh
you
my
were.
God.
You
Stop.
guys
Phil-
were.
even.
Phil was telling, I believe, you guys that we were around, like, our manager was describing us as around, like, the
23?
23 to 24 range.
Yeah.
Like just graduated college.
Fresh out of-
Yeah, so young,
And,
so
I mean,
beautiful.
we're up there. We're 28.
grown men. So the fact that he thought that we were that young,
Right.
I
Like,
guess
we
it
worked
says
in
something about
offices
us.
for a bit, for a couple of years before this.
Our
so.
lore is extensive.
Yes.
So like,
yeah.
Phil, here's my resume. Actually.
First of all, well, I adore both of you. That is not a secret. I've sung your praises everywhere. But y'all
Thank you
have a
very
very
much.
successful and hilarious podcast called Good Children,
Yes.
which we love. For those of them in the audience who don't know, like, how did you guys come to start Good Children? What's the genesis of you guys?
You know, I think it just comes down to delusion. I think it comes down to we've actually met when we were 4 years old.
Period.
We've been friends for now 23
years.
and a half years.
Yeah.
And still
Going
together.
on. Yeah, somehow we live together. Now
Like
we do
Bert
the
and Ernie.
podcast. We are this
We are
generation's
Bert and Ernie.
But one day I just feel like you kind of took the plunge.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
definitely, listen, I think we told you the story before that there was a gas leak that was happening in our apartment and we were being
Oh, no.
gaslit. Oh, I never told you this?
No.
That we were being actually, so like everyone's like, oh, stop
think we
gaslighting
mentioned
me.
the
Remember that
Sleep.
time I told you we
But
were
we
being
were
poisoned? No.
For a
So
year.
actually, the people that say that they've been gaslit, no, you haven't. Because
Now
You
you're
have no idea.
gaslighting.
yeah, no, I was gaslighting you. No, we were being gaslit for about a year in our apartment. We were just like smelling this gas, and out of nowhere, we were slipping into some mania.
Okay.
And whenever
And-
we smelled it, we would just like, look at each other and be like, no, it's supposed to smell like gas.
Our
Not
friends
you
would,
gaslighting each other about the gas
Our
smell.
No, it should smell a little gassy at all times. in
our
the
friends
kitchen.
came over and they'd be like, they would sleep over. They're like, that was the best sleep I've ever had in my life. We're like, yeah, you knocked out, girl. But so
Carbon monoxide.
listen,
That'll do it.
literally we slipped into delusion and we said to each other, like, what the hell are we doing with our lives? We're working corporate jobs. Like, this is not what we wanted to do. We wanted to entertain people. And we were sitting on the couch having about a 3.5 hour conversation about Rebel Wilson.
It was Rebel Wilson. It was.
Any particular thoughts or just going over her
It was
lore?
extensive.
What
It
was the
whole
movie?
lore. It was that movie. It actually, honestly, like falls back into the Good Children universe. It was the movie where she plays like herself going back to high school.
Yes, yes,
And we
yes,
didn't
yes.
even watch it. We just had a full feature length
Whole bunch of
conversation
thoughts.
about it, like about the trailer.
And then we're like, put a camera on us. Let's
Yeah.
just talk. And we posted a clip to TikTok, and the rest is history.
Girl, one thing about me, I'm gonna yap.
Yeah, well, professional
Professional
yappers.
yappers.
Yeah.
We, the three of us.
PhDs.
Yeah.
From Yap
We're
University.
truly. I know. Sometimes I think I'm like, what was I talking about? Like, I'll talk to my boyfriend. I'll start something. I'll end up. I don't even fucking know where.
But there's
And I
no
was like,
better feeling
Right?
than being like, I just talked for 2 hours straight. And I couldn't
Oh, and
tell
it
you
feels
one
good,
thing
Barely
you
girl.
said.
cohesive thoughts.
Yes.
It just like took you on a journey. You're like, how did we end up here? I'm crying.
I literally would like. I started this is not a joke, like with my boyfriend, I was like, I forget, I was telling him about something I saw on Instagram, like something ancillary stupid.
Of course.
I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even tell you what I saw the other day. And somehow I ended up talking, like I'm talking for an hour straight. Like he has not interrupted me once, he's just listening.
Yep.
I ended up talking about the Chinese Imperial Army. I don't know how I got there. And I literally got there and I was like, what was I talking about? And then he was like, you said something about Instagram. I go, oh right, so and so got married, can you believe it? And then he was
How
like,
did we get here?
oh, he goes, that's what you were trying to tell me? I was like, yeah, I got off track, my bad.
That's doing a podcast.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's kind of like how you know you found the one. If he's
Yeah.
gonna listen to you speak about the Chinese Imperial Army,
That's what
if
I'm
he'll
saying.
listen to a
Beautiful.
Patreon episode at random.
A full
Yes.
Patreon episode. And he'll sit and he'll look at me
That's so
and he'll be
sweet.
like, oh, it's nice. And then he goes, what were you telling me originally? I'm like, oh, right.
I'm like, oh, you weren't paying attention.
As y'all know, you have a podcast. Sometimes when people ask me or they're like, oh, I think I want to start a podcast or whatever, I'm like, I don't know. Not many people can talk for that long uninterrupted.
Yeah.
Like, just like bounce for that long, like 50 minutes straight.
And nothing brings me more joy. Like,
Than hearing
truly.
yourself talk.
Then the
Yes.
banter.
Me too.
But a
Going
lot
back
of
and
times-
editing that, I'm like, this is perfect. This is the best content I could have.
I know. I watched our episode together on Tweety Girls and your guys' episode as well. And I was laughing like I'm not
We
there.
were cracking up.
Crying.
That was a
Cracking up like
crazy.
it's not us.
The story about Jason running away was sending me to a different planet. Like, it was crazy.
I don't know if I've told that story, but just for a synopsis, like Dason is not a going out girl. Dason's my sister. She doesn't enjoy going out as much as I did, especially when I was in my thought days. Like, I
Right.
was like, I'm going out when I was a
course.
city girl. And just long story short, I took her out on New Year's Eve. And then at 12:01 on the money, she was like, I have to go home immediately. And I was like, okay, we'll just chill because we'll go home in a little. And I turned my back. She was gone for like 10 minutes. And then I find out she's running home physically. Like she cleared like at least 4 blocks.
No, I can't.
And then she got
It
tired,
plays in
laid
my
down,
mind.
and went to sleep.
It
And then
plays in
was
my
brought
mind.
back to me by the cops.
Eric, there you are. Oh, okay.
Oh
Let's
my
go.
I just put
God.
a TikTok in my story the other day of someone was like, it was like a boyfriend and girlfriend, and they're both drunk and they're walking home. And he's like, this is how you handle each other's drunk. Like, because he's not a runner, but she is.
Oh.
And so he lets her sprint in front of him. And then he's like, then I yell, stop. And then she stops at the end of the road and waits for him to catch up to her.
That's really sweet.
And then when he tells me, he's like, as long as I can see you, you can run. And then I'm going to tell you when to stop. That's
I
their
wish
compromise.
I was a drunk runner.
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
wish I was a
That's
runner.
like free cardio. yeah.
A sober
Sober runner.
Yeah.
The
But
hell?
imagine drunk. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh,
You're having
girl.
fun. It's cardio.
Yeah, and you're like invincible, like
Yes.
bulletproof
Yes.
when you're
You're
running.
doing hurdle jumps.
I'm a drunk, like, I start writing poetry. You know, like, so it's getting
And I'm
really
sobbing,
dark.
so
Believe-
that's
Believe it or
beautiful.
not, I yap even more.
Yes.
Yeah.
I,
Well, that makes
believe it or
sense.
not, I could talk even
I always
more.
have like a pursed lip when I'm like,
You're mewing.
Yeah.
oh, literally, it's like 2 drinks in and I'm just side smirking the entire night.
Debbie Ryan.
Yes, I'm
Radio
Always
Rebel.
been.
I've
You've
always been
People
Debbie
have said
Ryan's
Andrew
son.
looks like Debbie Ryan in the face. And when you
And does that
hear
hurt your feelings?
No, it kind of like it makes my feelings. I feel amazing.
It makes you feel awesome.
Amazing, yeah. I mean, she's undeniable talent.
That's true.
And stunning.
That is true. That little clip of her doing that interview where she's like,
I sat down with the
Just-
president of Disney Channel and I said, we're going to make history, and that's what this is.
And
and isn't she talking about
Jessie.
Radio Rebel?
No, she's directing an episode of Jessie
Oh.
to actually. that's-
I wish she
Yes.
was talking about Radio Rebel.
you didn't
Well, that
remember
was
it,
also
but
history.
but it's history. So
Hell yeah.
you should learn up, study up
Clearly you're unfamiliar. Maybe you should study up a little bit more.
on Jesse
Yeah,
history.
when I drink, I'm not a physical person. I think.
No.
You know what I do when I'm drunk? I make promises. Like I tell people I'm gonna join them on plans. Like I'm one of those. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, it's so good to see you. Yeah, we should go on that cruise. We absolutely should. I don't mean that.
They
Right.
follow up the next day. You're,
Yeah.
You're like, what do you mean cruise?
They're like, can you send me the 5K that I just put down the deposit? You're like, oh,
I have to dispute charges in the next morning.
actually,
I
I'm taking
lit-
you to court. Actually,
When I was in college, I promised one of my girlfriends, I promised I would go to a rave with her. And I am not a rave girl. Have y'all ever been to a rave?
Never in my life.
The PLUR life is not for me personally.
No.
yeah, no,
Not for me.
no disrespect.
No disrespect,
No.
PLUR. I can't physically handle that. I
No,
think
I
my
couldn't
brain
possibly.
is too. And so she literally was like, okay, great, you'll go with me. I'm like, yeah. And then the next day she was like, remember you said you would go with me? I was like, I don't remember that at all. I've been advised to not speak on that matter without a lawyer present. I'm going to need to plead the fifth on that one.
Which we're lawyers if you need it.
Yeah, period.
Today.
Love that. I ended up going, and it was for an act called Knife
went.
Party.
Knife party.
Were you
Knife
sober?
party.
Like how like yeah.
Yeah, I was completely
sober at knife party?
Yeah, at Knife Party. That
Were
was the
there
name of it.
knives?
No, not that I saw. Hopefully not. But I ended up going because I promised I would.
Well, that's very
The
sweet.
idea of a rave in general would give me a panic attack, but calling it a knife party, I'd be on high alert the entire time.
No,
Be like, what the
literally,
fuck?
it was. We went so late, like late when I'm a million years old. Like it started at like 10:30 p.m. So
Okay.
like we go. Someone's already been on for a couple hours, and then I'm not kidding. I watched like 4 DJs in a row, and then I was like, wow, that was cool. And then she goes, oh, he's not on yet. And I go, who the fuck have I been watching?
That's the thing.
Who was
Why are
he?
there 4? That's not Knife Party.
It's like,
Then
I've
who is
seen a
this?
few of them. I know what they're doing here.
Yeah.
What will the change be that dramatically at knife party where it's like worth staying
Just
through
different
it?
set of headphones.
Right.
I don't know. They just kept round robining them.
Wow.
Girl, I was there till 2
No.
in the morning.
And what
Did
time
you
did
have
you
a
get
great
there?
time?
What happened?
10:30.
10:30 to 2?
Yeah, girl.
No.
I was like, oh,
They need to
no.
have like those little cots for people to like sleep a little bit. It's
They have to
preschool.
have at Coachella. We told y'all this, how we know this, but they have that tent where you could go in where it's nice out.
Yes, the isolation tent or
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
Yeah.
The overstimulation test,
Yeah.
where you can go. We know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We know that time.
We all know why we know what that
Yes.
Yeah.
where that is, but they do have those, and honestly, they should have them everywhere.
I
They're
was
so
thinking
nice.
I would love one here.
Right.
Take a step out
We
for a
would
second.
post up.
I'm like, excuse me, guys. Take it away.
Hold that thought really quick. I frequently say, I'm like, sometimes I wish I just had somewhere I could go in and just scream really loud and then come right out, go to work.
Yeah, done.
Thoughts?
I think that's an
I think
excellent
it's
idea.
amazing. Wait,
Let's
I
create
used to
it
do
together.
this. This is so
Jesus.
insane. I actually can't believe I unlocked this memory.
Okay.
I never went to the gym in college, right?
Okay.
I never went. But they had these racquetball courts that I thought were soundproof. So I would get the racquetball, be like, yeah, I'm going to go upstairs, you guys. And I would hit the fuck out of that ball, screaming on the top of my lungs, getting anything I needed out, and walk out like no one heard me. And they heard
And
me.
they heard
And
you.
they heard me.
And they heard
And they heard me. But it is
You are
really
a
freeing
serial
feeling.
killer.
Really? It's
on
knife
the-
party.
Turns out you're a knife party.
Hey, guys.
And
Welcome
that
to the
is
stage.
the story how Knife Party was born.
That's why we're here. That's where we met.
Introducing Knife Party.
So good.
How did you find out it wasn't soundproof? Did
One of my friends was like walking by and they were like, we heard someone screaming, and it was me. But yeah, so I learned quick, but it is a beautiful thing to be able to scream out.
telling you.
how you're
Yeah.
feeling.
That reminds me, one time, my boyfriend and I were like arguing. We weren't like screaming at each other, but we were arguing. And I was like, dude, this is so annoying. Like, I don't have time for this. And I like went back in the house and I was letting in Adam, like my cousin, he's my hair and makeup artist. I was like letting him in. And he was like, dude, I was listening to some guy and he's like fighting with someone on the phone. And I was like, yeah, that's crazy. It was me. That's crazy.
Listen to some guy screaming.
That's great. And it was me. And I wasn't even screaming, but I sounded angry.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, someone is so mad and they're yelling at someone on the phone. I was like, what?
What? Who would do that?
And did it just stop right now?
when I walked
Oh,
inside?
Damn, as soon as I come out here to get you, it stops. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
They must have heard
I
me
hope
coming.
they're okay.
I don't know. Whoever they were talking to was probably being an asshole. I
Yeah.
don't know. They sounded right to me. Personally. Okay, so y'all said that you met when you were 4 years old.
Yes.
And it was just electric immediately. Immediate spirit connection between the two of you.
We were in a Hard Rock Hotel pool in Orlando, Florida.
Naturally.
And we swam up to each other. Our parents then like started chatting because their 2 little gay boy children are in the pool.
They
and
sensed the vibes.
they were like, they
Gays.
put 1 and 2 together. They lived 5 minutes away from each other on Long Island.
That is
so
crazy.
we actually went to the same preschool. We then obviously went through all of our
formative years.
all of
together.
our formative years, and the continuation of those formative years now in our 20s, almost more formative.
It was nonstop. We
Yeah.
were out every single day.
That's why I
like-
said Bert and Ernie, like truly,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
We need to do that, and like we need to do Bert and Ernie drag so badly.
You do. You guys are always in drag on
Yeah.
Yeah.
your show. Is that just for fun?
We're
for
slowly
vibes?
becoming drag queens.
Because
It's happening. I'm
Any
really
event that Joe would
excited.
host, like for high school or anything, would always be like a costumed event, which made me sick to my stomach. I wouldn't get a costume until the day before, and I'm like freaking the fuck out.
It could just be a casual night. I could be like 6 people are coming over, everyone dressed like Ina garden party.
Yeah, please. And I'm like,
theme is Grey Gardens,
Assignment,
so-
I'm getting 100. You know what I mean? I'm like showing up.
You're stressed
But-
out because you want to do a good job.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
it still has kind of followed me into our adult life with the podcast.
Oh,
We're
there
like,
has been
oh,
incidents
like-
and error.
Did you order the costume? I'm like, what do you mean did I order the costume?
We're doing Heat Miser and Snow Miser tomorrow. What do you mean?
I'm like doing arts and crafts in my room. But it is fun. It's like fun to play.
Yeah.
Your guys' costumes are so detailed too on your.
We're trying our best.
One of my favorite ones that you've done, the Whoville one, is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Was it the Christmas movie where it's like fire and ice?
Yeah.
Yes,
That was the
Heat Miser,
claymation
Snow
movie.
Miser. Yes.
Yes.
That was a scary one. Like, I was looking back at myself. I was like, I look like a possessed Glenn Close. Like, it was like so disturbing
If
to
she was
see.
Serving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yes.
If she was serving.
Yeah,
If she
which
was.
Which
we
She
can't
always
deny
is
Glenn
serving.
Close's servitude to us.
Closed.
But your Heat Miser always really cracks me up when I see it.
Because I put a lot of hard work into that.
Yeah.
It's like one base layer foundation across the whole face.
And you use your own makeup and everything.
Yeah.
Look at y'all.
Oh,
Yes.
we're doing it all.
Yeah.
So you guys have known each other for a long time, very, very close.
Yes.
How do you guys not get on each other's nerves? Do you just allow yourself to?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
right?
think that's
Who
actually
did we talk? We were
Some-
talking to somebody recently.
every day. Whenever everyone's always like, "How do you guys still like each other? Like you live
Yeah,
together,
especially
because
because you're not related. Like you're just best friends.
I
Yeah.
think that it's because it feels like we're related. Like
Yeah.
at this point, we've had that dynamic forever.
Yeah, totally.
Andrew like grew up almost every single day at my house with my family, like going on family vacations.
Totally.
So that like level of deep, sick intimacy that you only get with a sibling.
Codependency.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anxious
have that.
attachment.
And like there are little things that can irk us, but
Yeah.
we like do a good. Well, for a while we would just like be silent about it because we're both really passive people. So we were like,
The sink. The dishes in the sink,
full
huh?
sink, huh? And just
You're
walk
both.
right by it.
Oh, so you're both passive.
Yeah.
And you're roommates.
Yeah.
There
So
you
like
go.
I did recently. Andrew reminded me that I one time sent a tutorial on how to put a new roll of toilet paper on the.
That's insane. Imagine this
It's a
was insane.
wiki how.
I was
get a
like, here,
text
I just want to
message.
help you out in case you're
Just in
confused.
case you don't remember.
It was a picture of like a roll of toilet paper that had maybe like one piece left.
That's the biggest. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to provide the image to you because it
looks
was
like one
literally.
Oh, what's
it
your
was
one
like
piece?
this
Because for
thick.
me-
Like it was so many rolls and rolls and rolls just tossed into the trash. Just tossed into the trash.
I wouldn't say it was tossing rolls into the trash.
But the thing is, it was an exception. Like normally, you're wearing that roll to the bone. But for a couple of weeks, I was noticing
Bone
like
dry
a lot
toilet.
of toilet paper being wasted, and it was a new issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I just figured rather than ignore it, I would send a graphic with full
arrows.
roll.
With arrows. This
Saying-
is a full roll. This roll's not full. I'm like, okay.
But I think that it helped everyone
did.
at the end of the day.
But we've gotten a lot better of like having serious communications now that we're like in business together too.
Yeah,
It's like
you have
important to like
yeah.
Well, also too, like I've talked about this with like Dace and like our friend Caleb Heron, which y'all know
Yep.
Caleb, but like he's like, if you don't have friends that you like, you're like, hey, okay, I'm gonna need 5 from you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just for a sec, I need you to give me 5 because you're pushing it. You're
Yeah.
doing too much for me. Like I think those are true friends.
Of course.
I
Like when
agree.
you get annoyed, you allowed yourself to get annoyed at each other.
Yeah, 'cause
And
if
then
you
talk
don't,
about it, move
it's
on.
just gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
For real.
really
That's so funny
fast.
too because Dayson is extremely passive and I'm not at all.
yeah.
So like I'm very like, hey, I don't that upset me because this and this. And Dayson will go, it's okay, I don't care.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
literally.
well, do you care? She goes, I don't want to talk about it. And I'm like, we should talk about it though. So that it's like that push and pull thing.
Why are you yelling at me? Like, I'm like freaking out.
She'll literally tell me, I can't talk about this with you. And then I'm like, well, we have to talk about it. And then she's like, no, we don't. And then she'll just leave. She'll just
Yeah,
get up and leave.
That's very
I
mean.
love that. Honestly. I respect it.
And then,
And then I'll just-
we both leave and then we
We
shut
both
our doors.
leave,
I'm like,
yes.
he's so mad at me.
And then it's like 2 hours later, it's like, well, what are you doing for dinner? And we're like,
We come out of our rooms, we're like,
hey.
yeah.
I literally have told Days, like, I know when she's mad at me because she doesn't send me anything.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't send me TikToks, like, funny things, like, nothing.
She really pulls out.
She acts like she has no idea who I am. Like, and that's how I know she's
respect
mad.
it.
And then she wants me to call her and be like, hey. And she's like, hey. Especially because we FaceTime like 30 times a day. And
Which
we
I love.
live 30 seconds from each other. So whenever she's not calling me, not texting me, I know she's
You
mad
know
at me.
something's
Yeah.
up.
How do y'all know when you're upset?
I don't.
I think it comes in the silence.
It's the silence
because
for
we
sure.
are talking 24, like talking 24/7
Yapping
about
constantly.
nothing, complaining about something at all times to each other.
Yeah.
And when the communication stream is cut off, even if we're not mad about something,
Yeah.
you can tell that like something in our
Is
energy has been disrupted.
Yeah, totally.
Where we're like sitting in the car and we're not talking to each other. I'm like, okay, so something's wrong.
And since we've been friends for so long, like you feel
It's
the
a
the
energy.
physical
energy,
feeling of being like,
totally.
okay,
Yeah.
But
we're not doing harmonies.
I'm
We're
like-
two most wanted right now.
Literally.
So something's
Something
not
is
right.
We were
Really?
driving the car, it's silent, there's no music playing, and then like one of us will eventually be like, should we put on Beyonce? And then it cuts the tension. And you're like, done. We're good.
Then we're good.
We're good.
We're okay now.
Yeah.
I know, even when I'm mad at my boyfriend, like, I act like he can't tell that I'm mad, but, like, again, like, I am constantly fucking talking.
Yes.
Even if he's not, like, his back is turned to me, I'm still talking.
Of course.
Constantly talking. So if I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm good. He's like, well, are you upset? Why would you say that? As if it's not obvious.
Exactly. That's me and my boyfriend as well. It's really, really, really bad because when I'm mad at him, I go full Jason. I
Yeah.
literally shut down. I'm like, I can't even speak.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you're not speaking, so you're mad. And I'm like, I am not mad. And it's
Why would you
crazy
say that
that
to
you're
me?
saying I'm mad right now. And like, that's making me mad actually. And that's like the worst spiral of all. And then like 2 hours later, I'm like, I want to address like the allegations from earlier tonight.
elephant in the
When you
room.
said I was
You
mad.
post a YouTube video, an apology.
Yeah, breaking my silence.
Breaking
This
my
is it.
silence. I know. I feel like it's so like friendships are so important, but especially like obviously y'all are two gay men, but still two men,
You just have
and
that's
coming out.
Coming out.
That's gonna be the name.
Yes.
You guys, I'm gay.
I don't know if you can.
Mom?
It's just a bad time to talk about this. But it leads into our topic because we're talking about like why straight men are so afraid of having like closeness in relationships.
Yes.
Do y'all have any straight friends?
No. Well, I have straight.
Aside from me.
No, I have straight. I love a straight woman, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have no
Straight
ill will
men.
towards the the concept of straight men, like, whatever.
The
but
ideology of
I
straight
don't
men.
like being around them or in their presence or like but not. And it's just like I literally hate that. I hate it. Like
It's not like mean, it's just like
hate that you
I
hate
fucking hate
it's about
that.
me. Like it's like not
It's
about.
not you, it's me.
really
6
not
feet away,
them. Like
please.
yeah, like when one of my friends brings their boyfriends, like except for the ones that I've like obviously vetted for years, and, like a
Yeah.
new boyfriend in the mix. I'm like I can't go.
No,
Yeah.
I can't
sorry,
meet this
you
person.
can't.
This yeah.
It's like I've seen a meme where it's like, why does your straight boyfriend have to come to everything? Like leave him in the crate.
Yeah.
That's,
Literally.
leave
It's like
him at
that's your
home.
little friend.
Leave your little friend at home.
He doesn't get what we're talking about.
He doesn't understand.
I feel like you though have a better relationship to the heterosexual man.
I do. I think that like growing up in sports, like I always like had to put myself into it and like
Totally. Get
learn
used
how
to
to
it.
like talk to them and
Yeah.
like whatever. I think now I can really talk to anybody, but if you make me feel uncomfortable, I don't want to be around you.
Yeah,
obviously.
period. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dayson's the same way where she's like, too many men.
Yeah.
She's like, whenever there's too many men around me, I like get really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I feel
Naturally.
like people say that like in like a meme-y way, but
Yeah.
like it's a real thing.
No, it's a
like I
very
literally-
serious
it's
way.
ruined my whole night.
You're not listening to me. It's the
I'm
worst.
spiraling.
I'm like, yeah, it's just the truth.
I'm gonna freak out.
Yeah.
Like you guys are not listening to me.
But
And-
it sometimes is like it's crazy because most recently I went to like a straight bar. I feel like I'm only really ever going to gay spaces at this
Yeah,
point. But I went to a
totally.
straight bar and I kind of was like, okay, girls, like get it. Like I was kind of I was living for everybody talking to each other. But the thing is about Brooklyn straight men, it's
Yeah.
like, are
They're gay.
you straight? I'm like very confused.
There's an asterisk next
There's
to
an
it.
asterisk.
They went to the Harry Styles School of heterosexuality.
Yes.
Something's different.
So
like,
the vibe is a little different.
Yes,
for sure.
yeah.
Different scent on them.
Yeah.
Even with like my boyfriend, he's so great. Like I had friends come over to my house and like Dace was over and then he was like, I'm gonna go get lunch with my parents, and I was like, oh really, you don't want to hang out? And he was like, well, I just think you want girl time and like I don't want to like crowd,
And
so I'm gonna
that's
go out.
correct.
So he was gone for a few hours and I was like, you're right, you should make sure you lock the door on the way out, thanks. I go sit down and have fun with my friends.
That's sweet.
Sometimes.
Yeah, you need that boundary.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You do.
Even like he's so great about like, I feel like in settings especially because he never wants to talk or be the center of attention. So even like all my friends are gay, like literally all of them are gay except, I almost said except Jason. No, she's a lesbian. My bad, I forgot. No, I have like a couple straight friends, but they're girls really. But yeah, straight man, I'm good.
Yeah.
Unless they're related to me or my man, they're never around me.
Yeah.
Like literally ever.
Yeah,
That's okay.
it's just
I'm
I'm not
without
even.
them.
I don't even allow myself into spaces that they would be in. That's the thing.
Well, like, what do you talk about?
I have
What do you-
no idea.
They don't even talk to each other.
Sports? What do
Yes.
you say?
But then there are like,
Amazing. They're
What's the
amazing.
About sports.
I love
They're
them.
great. I love them.
Hot dogs. And then yeah.
It's
Trucks.
from hot dogs. It gets.
And then it gets
Goes
like,
right
what are
back.
you doing later? I'm like, that's weird. That was weird.
Yeah, I feel like their energy's just off. Even like in their closest, like in their own friendships, like you know how they joke sometimes they don't know their friends at all. Like they don't even know their birthdays,
right.
their star sign.
It's very sad.
It
It is.
is.
Like, I mean, it's the prison of masculinity.
No, truly.
That causes like
repression.
Yeah.
it's so wild. So it is nice because like I think that again, our straight girlfriends, boyfriends, fiancés, husbands,
Yeah.
etc. like are like a little bit better. Like I feel like they have friends and they like know how to be adult human beings in the world.
Yeah, totally.
Which is nice to like. I love when I see that. I'm like,
They're
you have
well-trained.
friends. Like you, like yeah, like you step out of the house, you can look me in the eye. Like you're having a conversation with me. Like that's wonderful. But it seems like just that's the exception to the rule, and the rule is like deep solitude incel. Like
Yeah.
no connection.
Yeah, like at all. It's
Yeah.
almost like they're friends. Like I think it was like I saw it on The Office when he's like, we're not friends any more than people staying in the same hotel are friends. That's how I see male friendships.
Yes.
Like they're just cohabiting. They're not
Yeah.
really friends.
No.
Like you don't talk ever. Like see, like my boyfriend, like for one of our friends' birthdays, and he's a straight man, but he's both of our friends. Like he's not just his. He was like, I think I want to get him a dog for his birthday. And he was like, he's been really needing a dog. He's been telling me how he's not been feeling well mentally, and I think a dog would change that. I was like, that's so sweet.
It's
Really sweet.
Yeah, and I was like, connection, human
Yes.
connection.
Yeah.
Love that. But most of the time they're like, oh, I don't know his fucking birthday. And I'm like, that's weird.
It is.
That's weird. I'm like, you have no friends?
No.
And you look like that?
And they
That's
have a lot of
upsetting.
things to unpack. Like, you need to get them in therapy.
Girl.
Like,
or
the dog, sure, but
That's a great point.
I'm going to give you the gift of therapy
Like-
for fucking real.
yeah, if you don't want to talk to your straight male friends about it, talk to somebody else.
Yeah, like-
Because this is like,
therapist.
yeah, it's a therapy ad. Wow.
Yeah,
That being
perfect
said,
placement.
well, actually, I forget who I was talking to about this, but like when I first started dating my boyfriend, like he has a brother and he's like 6 or 7 years younger than him, and he's straight too, but like he's a good kid and he's really nice, but he's really, really funny and sweet. But I think a good tell for me was like that they weren't those kinds of men, was that they're very affectionate even with each other. So like they're like, I love you, bye. Like they say I love you to their mom, they say I love you to each other, and I feel like even just that I was like, okay, you guys aren't
Yeah, that's
Annoying.
a major green
Yeah.
flag.
they can't even show it to like family. Of course they're not
Yeah.
going to show it to friends.
Yeah.
Even like dancing, like things like that. Like you'll be at a wedding or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's like, why are you sitting down,
Yeah.
bro?
Like,
Get up. Like
You're so fucking
shimmy it
boring.
out a bit.
Yeah, so
Like,
boring.
You're good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you by the legs and just like noodle you.
Yeah, I think
Let's
noodle.
go. Noodle you. Whoa. Never
well, that's
mind.
a little different.
Yeah, that's different.
I think a good alcoholic drink too, like what kind of drinks they're cool with having.
Oh.
You know, some men are super opposed to having like drinks with a straw or a fruity fun drink.
With a
A
straw.
fruity
Yeah, girl.
fun drink they are
Drinks
upset
with
about.
a straw.
Right.
I know the fruity fun, but a straw.
Yeah,
They
girl.
don't want to sip, Joe.
They don't want to sip.
They don't wanna sip.
I
Men
had
don't.
no clue.
It's
This
the
is because
straw.
I'm not in these rooms.
You don't know how they
At
move.
drag race
They're like,
viewings.
I don't need a straw.
Whoa.
Yeah, like a
Wow.
fruity fun drink too. Like they're
Yeah.
always like,
Well,
give me a
fruity fun,
beer.
Yeah.
Give me an IPA.
Yeah.
A lager.
That's so
Ew.
you.
It's so me. if
That's so
if
me.
I get a beer, it's like suddenly I slip into like I'm the straightest man ever. I'm like, can I get the double IPA? They're like, yeah.
Like, well, like that's what's
I'll take a
crazy.
straw.
Like that's the
But I need a
the-
straw, please.
The grip of like toxic masculinity is like it's still on our necks, you
For
know,
sure.
like
Yeah.
and look at us.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like listen to our speak. Like
Yeah.
we've worked through so much of it, but even that, like there will be times when I'm in like a straight space where I'm like, I need to like get a beer. I can't get my little martini or like I have to like
My
play
espresso martini.
Yeah, I could not like there are certain bartenders that I would not order an espresso martini from because I'm like, oh, that's too gay. And like
He's gonna be mean to me
and
about that.
Literally.
coming from me. So when I think
Yeah.
about these like men who have never worked through their feelings, I'm like, yeah, of course they're gonna like never once take one step out of that comfort zone because
Yeah.
I'm afraid to sometimes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's such a self-imposed thing too.
I know.
Like we do it to ourselves a lot of times, but it's
Person of
also
their own
really hard.
making.
It's really hard to like confront it if you've never even like admitted it, which
Yeah.
like they won't even admit things like that.
No.
Like a drink, I'm
A
like,
drink.
who gives a fuck, girl?
All drinks are gendered.
Well, those are for
I've
girls.
always said
Yeah,
exactly.
Those are for girls and gays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Duh, obviously. Like, have you seen that video on TikTok that people are like tearing him the fuck up? But it's this guy being like, "Why is everyone painting their fingernails?"
Yeah.
He's like, "My dad would have kicked me out of the house." I'm like, "Well, that's sad."
Yeah, like
really
you're
sad.
exposing your trauma and I'm not hearing what you're saying.
Yeah. Jason sent me a stitch of that, and then he's like, "Why are guys painting their nails?" And the guy was like, "Because they're gay."
You're like,
Duh. Like, he was gay.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like, they're gay.
okay, yeah.
Everyone's gay. That's the answer.
Yes.
Is that the one you were looking
Yeah.
for? It's honestly so boring being like that too.
It really, really is.
I'm like, your interests and hobbies, they're so boring.
I feel bad for women all the time because I'm
Yeah.
like my
Sometimes.
sorry, like, no, like for my straight girlfriends, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's brutal out there. Like I'm looking at your Hinge and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
really sick and twisted that you like that. I'm like, you don't want to be around
so
that.
sick.
Literally,
It's really bad.
the
out
dating
there.
apps really remind me of it because like
Truly.
being gay on a dating app, like it's, I mean, men are men, but
Yeah.
like at least you have something to work with. You could be like, oh, Meryl Streep, like something, like there is something,
An interest.
like
That's
something where you're like,
husband.
oh, you care
Yeah.
about something, we can
Yeah.
chat, we can banter, and then
Yeah.
like my straight friends will show me their Hinge profiles, and I'm like, this is the scariest thing I've ever
nothing
seen.
better,
You
nothing better
opened the
than a
gates of
cold
hell.
beer, and you're like,
What are you gonna do?
I'm
And then you know
gluten-free.
what's worse about that? Probably took him all day to come up with that.
I know.
He's like, I have it, guys.
But then when they're
I
too
got it.
good, sometimes the profiles are very good with the straight men, and then I'm also like, you have to be wary of that because that's
They could be a
manipulation.
lie.
Yeah.
Like,
A
someone
liar.
is tailoring that to you.
Someone's
They're trying
writing
to
it.
catch you. Be careful.
I know they're wising up a little
Yeah.
bit. Like especially with men who are like they take half a step outside of that realm of toxic masculinity. So they'll paint their nails or
Yes.
they'll like wear a skirt inside the house and not outside the house. Of
Yes,
course
yeah,
not.
yeah.
But they'll make sure to record it when they wear it inside the house and then post it and be like, guys, you got to be free.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, are you wearing that outside the house?
Right.
outfit of the day. You're like,
Wear that on the subway and then get back to me.
Yeah, be for real about
Put your
it.
money where your mouth is.
Those are the men that I think are far more dangerous because I'm like, you're
Yes.
learning too much because of the
Yes.
internet, and now you're trying to trick women into thinking you're a good
AI.
person.
yeah.
Girl.
they're getting more and more self-aware.
Yeah, they're getting too sentient.
Yes.
We gotta go back to when they didn't have enough. I've said that too about therapizing language.
Yes.
I'm like,
Of
straight men getting
course.
the gift of therapizing language and never going to therapy
No.
was like such a curse.
These are my boundaries.
Yeah,
You shouldn't be allowed to leave the house or
Work
wear a
for me.
bikini.
Yeah.
that's my boundary.
And if you betray that trust,
Yeah, the Jonah Hill situation.
Yeah.
No, that was crazy.
I know. I made a video about that too, and I was like, boundaries are not something that strip your partner of autonomy.
No.
But a man who goes to therapy simply to learn how to better manipulate women is far more dangerous to me than
Oh,
like an
yes,
outright
absolutely.
awful person.
Yeah.
Outright awful dude who doesn't even know his friend's birthday. Rude.
when's your
Put it in your
birthday?
calendar. Don't even say
Kidding,
that.
it's coming up.
Don't even joke like that's not even funny to joke.
No, Joe, like I almost started crying.
I actually got kind of annoyed. I was like,
We stopped talking to each
yeah, I
other
was gonna say
for
you
the
get
rest
really
of it.
silent.
Yeah. I'm like, could you just direct the questions to me and then to Joe?
Okay, so we're gonna look at some TikToks on the subject of like why toxic straight men are so afraid of having closeness or even like showing affection to their male friends. So this one says the caption of this video is normalize male affection between two best mates, and shows clips of two friends hugging, cuddling, one rubbing the other one's feet while they're on their phones, etc. Okay.
Well, there was almost a moan.
No, I'm just like, no, I'm just kind of confused, I think. I wish someone was rubbing
you
my
heard a
feet.
foot rub and you went,
And now you know. There it is.
Do you guys rub each other's feet?
No.
Joe, we can't even, this is the
Touch.
problem. We're like this.
So that's back to that thing. Like, we still have that issue.
Yeah.
Like, and again, we're like the gayest people we know.
Yeah.
And like physical affection, even like saying I love you is not something we often ever do.
Yeah.
There was like a week post a shrooms trip where I feel like we got really like when straight men do shrooms and discover empathy, we had that moment.
Will do that for you.
We were like, love you, enjoy your trip.
Yeah. Have a good one.
But otherwise we've gotten better with it.
For sure.
Totally.
But I don't think that like, no, I haven't rubbed your feet. You've offered.
I have. I've touched a toe, at least. But he was like, what the fuck are you doing?
When we're on
like,
the couch and there's like one singular moment where something touches something, we're both like,
I think you're always like, did you catch that?
One time me and Jason were on a roller coaster, but it was one that goes up and down.
Yeah.
And we were both screaming and laughing because we were like making each other laugh as we're on the roller coaster. And then at one point we like went to grab like the handle at the same time. We grabbed each other's hands and then we both went ew, and then like we're like not having fun anymore because you're like ew.
Thinking
And then
in your head,
you had a heart stopper moment.
we both literally audibly went ew, and
On
then
the
we
roller coaster.
couldn't stop laughing the rest of the time because we were so grossed out that we held hands for a
It's
second.
crazy.
I hate being touched. Like, I'm not a physical touch person really at all. But Dason loves physical touch. Like, she's super affectionate in that way. So sometimes she'll just come and start hugging me and I'm like, okay, that's enough. Love you though.
What is that on your love languages? Is physical touch like a 0?
Yeah, well, my boyfriend, that's okay. I'm cool.
Okay,
It's like him and like my parents. I don't care if my parents like hug and kiss me. Like, that doesn't bother me. But like anybody, I can't do it. Like, there's just something I'm like, oh, I'm good. Like, if it's like a friend hug, like a consensual friend hug, like we see each other, say hi, that's totally fine.
I was just thinking we hugged with me.
No, that's fine.
Now we're spiraling for the rest of the episode.
You're thinking the whole time,
We're
I'm mad at you this entire time. I've been mad at you this whole time.
Like, ew, you've been thinking ew the
When you touch me, I'm like, ew. I don't care at all in situations like that because I know that's going to happen, so that doesn't bother me. It's more so like unsolicited touch.
Yeah.
Like tickling, no.
Tickling is evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it away from me.
Yeah.
I don't need it. I don't find tickling
nasty.
endearing. I don't find it
cute.
No, it like honestly, it sends me into a rage, which maybe that says more about me than it does about that person. But I just like
Sort of swinging.
yeah. I immediately
quick
get
elbow.
mad.
Yeah.
I also feel that way about being picked up. I don't know if y'all have that.
Maybe
that's a girl
I haven't
thing.
been picked up in years.
I actually would love to be picked up. So
Cradled.
that sucks.
Girl, so
yeah.
that's on you.
I'm like,
so
small. No.
Maybe that's a girl thing because I feel like when I brought that up to men, like they're like, oh. But when I bring it up to women, they're always like, oh yeah, totally. I totally get
that makes sense.
I just like there's something.
It feels like a
about that.
removal of your complete autonomy.
Maybe that's what it is. It's
Control.
just like and you know how like
scooped up and taken away.
we're all around the same age. Like, you know, in high school, people kind of went through these phases where they were real touchy.
Yeah.
And then like they'll like, I don't even know, like men trying to flirt is like picking women up.
Yeah.
One time, one guy tried to do that to me, and I yelled so like severely that it made it so awkward. Like I was like, get off me, like really in my voice,
Just trying to pick you up.
yeah, like to be silly.
Oh.
And then
that's not
I
silly.
made it not silly almost immediately.
Good.
I killed the vibe.
But that's your boundary. And that's the actual example.
I
of one.
shot the vibe in the face.
Weird, like touch in high school did get weird.
It's
were like,
weird,
did
huh?
you ever do the?
Yeah, to
It's like
see how
that's
long
what
you can.
Or like people were telling me like that's what sex feels like. I'm like, what do you mean though? I'm like,
that.
like an orgasm or something? Is that what it was?
I don't know.
I don't know. And then the
I
are
think
you
that's
nervous?
happened to me.
The are you nervous? Are you nervous?
Oh yeah, as they're moving up.
And I'm like, that's fucked up.
Just like
I'm nervous.
Show me,
I'm not
like show me your
nervous.
nails.
Yeah.
Show me your nails.
Show me your
Show me your
nails.
nails.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and then they're like,
I'll remember.
they're like gay.
So vividly, me and Andrew were in 5th grade. We were right in like our school's like entryway, and
Yeah.
a boy asked both of us to show him our nails, and I knew the hack already.
Oh, God.
But
Yeah.
I had to leave Andrew out to dry because I couldn't possibly
Sorry.
in this moment communicate. Don't do it.
Then you go
and
gay.
we both went like this. I went like this, and then Andrew went. And I was like, "It's over for you that you went through this."
It's a wrap for
I
you.
knew now this wrist is just
It was just
dangles.
such a. You were fully like got a manny ready to go. 10-inch acrylics.
One of my favorite clips of your guys' podcast is when you were saying, I don't think it was something that people knew
You wasn't
that
visible.
you were gay. And then Joe was like, you don't think people knew?
And it was like a compilation of 25 pictures that wouldn't end.
That
I'd
was
be
like
in drag
an
at like
evil
10.
genius day in the editing room for me.
Yeah.
I was like, what if I just did something really nasty?
You don't think people knew?
And it worked. No, I didn't think people knew
You're
at
like,
all.
I think people knew, but
It wasn't visible.
It wasn't visible. No, and it was very visible.
it was very obvious.
Yeah.
From that moment on.
From 5th grade.
nails on.
If only I came out in 5th grade.
Girl.
Who would I be?
Matthew
Thanks,
McConaughey.
Frankie Grande?
Yeah. Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew
You're just super
McConaughey.
straight. Like super straight. What if that's how you turned who you turned out
Yeah,
to?
I
You said
know.
Frankie.
Grande.
In a
Listen,
complimentary
yeah, I
way.
know.
You know,
He's having a great time.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but like I learned how to look up Getty pictures of myself because I was listening to Frankie Grande explain how to do it to somebody else at an event once, because we went and saw the movie Ambulance.
Love.
Don't know if anyone's familiar. And we sat next to him, like he was on the other side of my boyfriend, and I heard him explaining to a girl, I think she was a housewife of some kind, and she's like, how did you find your Gettys already? He's like, oh, you just go on here, and he was like explaining it to her, and I was just eavesdropping,
Really?
and that's how I found out.
Taking notes.
Offers a lot of insight.
The Frankie Grande masterclass.
I signed up for the master class, and literally I've taught other creators how to find their Gettys.
Wow.
All because of Frankie Grande. Thanks,
Give him the
Frankie.
That's
credit.
beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Frankie.
The Getty expert.
Interconnectedness of this.
Okay, I'm gonna read some of the comments on this TikTok.
Yes.
So this first one says, it should be normalized, but it shouldn't be publicized. Loving on your bro should be normalized, shouldn't be publicized.
I
'Cause
almost
then
feel
gay.
like it's gayer to do it behind closed doors.
Yeah, in
you're
the
like a
privacy of your own
It's
home.
normal to rub your feet, but I won't do it if someone else is watching.
But I will do it behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're so
It's
real for
much gayer to do that in private.
At least they're free about it. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're straight
Yeah.
bros.
We're
that
at the movies.
massage
I'm rubbing
feet.
your feet.
Done.
that. That is so funny. Like, it's a lot gayer to do it in private. Like, maybe a little more. Who knows? Let's see where the wind takes us. This next one says, I mean, hugging is okay, but this is kind of sus. LMAO. Well,
I mean,
you're like, I didn't want to say it was.
I
I
kind
almost don't disagree.
I kind of agree with that one. Hugging is fine. I feel like once you get to cuddle,
Yeah, that's
I
kind
just
of.
feel
I just would never cuddle with anyone besides my boyfriend.
Same.
So I just feel like, I feel like if we were cuddling on the couch,
it would be weird.
I'd be like, what are we? Like, what's happening here?
What are we?
Like, what's going
Who are
on?
we?
Yeah.
But maybe I will say that I've had an experience before with a straight man in college, though. I wasn't out yet,
Okay.
but he was like
So it was
my
two
best.
straight bros.
It was two straight bros. I was wearing
2
flat rimmed
IPAs
hats,
and
like,
the energy between you.
and I was like, "What's up?" No, but we were two straight bros, and he was my best friend, and I was definitely in love with him. Like that's like how I was
In
processing.
hindsight, or did you know at the time?
I didn't necessarily know it at the time until it was like
It got to a point.
where it's like I actually need to cut you out of my life because it's getting crazy.
Yeah.
But like he would be like, yeah, let's cuddle, let's do these things, and I would be like, we'd be like on the couch, like next to each other, and I'm like,
Just two straight men.
straight
Just
men.
cuddling on the couch.
So
What was
listen,
the cuddling like?
I'm like, oh, so we were spooning? No, it was just like we were like next to each other on the couch, or it would be like a
Okay.
bed.
You would share a bed?
No, we wouldn't sleep on the same bed, but we would like sit on the bed and watch something. But like we were like, definitely very close.
But he would say, "Let's cuddle."
That would ruin my life.
Yeah.
It would ruin my life. It would mentally destroy me for the rest of my life.
Well,
Is
no,
that what was happening to you?
It was
Actually,
happening.
might explain a lot.
No, it ruins, because then it would also be
Yeah.
like he was very like, "You're going out tonight? Why are you going out tonight?"
Girl, I think
And
he
I'm like,
loved you too.
Yeah.
I know.
But
this is what I'm saying about this video is like, who is to say? It could be those two straight bros that are massaging each other's feet, but one of them might like it more than the other. And who's to say? Because that was me at one point.
What if it was footage of you?
It's literally me, and it's like,
And now it's watching
right there.
Well, actually, that's a great time to reference the video. It's camera footage of you.
It's me in college.
Dude, that sounds awful though.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a gay experience a lot of people have. Is like
It is.
it's like being strung along by someone who is straight,
yeah.
but not.
like an intense homoerotic, weird, strange friendship.
Dude, straight men do like the literal gayest things a lot, and I'm like, that's strange.
Yeah.
Like that's not horsing around. That's a
Yeah.
little something else.
Yes.
Because it would be fine if they weren't like so like, no, I'm not gay.
Yeah,
Like, okay, just,
exactly.
it's fine, like whatever.
Like, I
Okay,
didn't
you're a
ask you
kiss.
to-
Like, it's okay.
It's
Like,
okay.
literally, I'm not gonna. It's fine.
You're literally acting super gay.
Yeah.
But
and-
you're so homophobic.
Which is
Like,
okay.
I don't
I know.
understand. I don't
crazy.
understand. Like we've joked about this because my brother is straight, but he played football, and my brother obviously is raised by mostly women, and so
Yeah.
like my brother's very empathetic, very sensitive, and like he's not an awful like toxic masculinity man. But like when he was playing football, like he would tell us like he would get really uncomfortable in the locker rooms because we're like, why? Because of like nudity and stuff. And he's like, no, it's not that. It's like the way they like joke around and stuff. And he's talking about like the humping, like men just be pretending to have sex with each other all the
Yeah.
time.
Smacking asses. I would never understand that on a field. A smack of an ass all the time.
And
Kinda like,
sometimes they really get
and
in
they
there,
would get
girl.
there, and I'm kind of like,
You were kind of like, oh my.
I was like, well, what about me, you guys?
I also love sports.
I'm like, what's up? You're smacking everybody else's ass but mine. That's weird.
That's homophobic.
Literally.
You're leaving me out on purpose.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he would say like they would like line up and like hump each other, like pretend to hump each other, and like they're naked.
Yeah.
They're naked.
Yeah.
And then he was like, it's just so like I don't understand. Like, and I was like, me either. And we're like talking about it, and then my boyfriend's played football for a long time. Like he played for a very long time. My dad did too. And my dad played in the league. And so my dad goes, oh yeah, they do that. That's just something they do. And my boyfriend goes, yeah. And I'm like, what? And then my dad goes, guys, like in the locker room and stuff. I go, girls don't do that. I can't. No. You're on your own in this journey. I can't take that walk with you because I haven't experienced that. And he goes, all the way to the league, they'll do shit like that.
We just all
It goes all the way up to
all
the
just a
top.
little bit gay. You know what I mean?
He said it goes all the way to the top.
And the bottom.
The league.
To the league. Girl, they're just dry humping each other. Like, to be funny.
They need to get that emotion out in another way. That feeling
That's what I was like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At what point are you kind of like, I really love doing this?
Yes.
Yeah.
At what point does it stop being funny?
At what point
It's
is
a
it like,
dangerous game to play.
Like showing up to like practice and you're like, I'm humping too.
my favorite part of practice is getting to hump in the
Wait, you
locker room.
guys see you in the locker room for the hump? Like, no.
That's my favorite part of practice. How come in none of those interviews in any sports documentary they don't talk about the humping? What's going on
Humping,
there?
yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's address it.
Oh, we need to be sports interviewers.
Like, so tell us like a time when you were proudest when you were humping.
They're like, so the word humping, what does that mean? They're
You
like,
just won the Stanley Cup. Now let's talk about humping. Actually.
What's the best time you've ever humped? Like, what's the most memorable hump you've ever had in the locker room?
yeah. Who's your best friend that you hump here?
You're like, if you had to pick top 3 people you've humped in order, go.
How do you feel about massaging feet? That's your best friend.
And on the same subject,
Yeah.
I just find that so fucking strange. And I've told this story on the pod before, but like when me and Dason were working corporate jobs and like just had one of the hardest jobs in the world, we were working this booth and we were handing out like giveaway, like little things to get people to come to the booth.
Yeah.
And one of them was those like stress balls, but it was in the shape of a orange like traffic cone because we worked for like transportation.
Yeah.
And these kids come up and they're probably like 12, 13, right? Like they're young teen kids. And they were like, oh, can we have some of the like little squishy cones? And I was like, yeah. So I gave one to one of them and he took it. He's like, thanks. And then he turns around and he goes, and shoves it up the butt 3 times to the kid next to him. And they both start laughing and they run away.
And that was Andrew.
You and your straight friend.
Always me. I'm like, me and my straight friend. Yeah. I'm like, that wasn't weird.
He ran away. And I remember being
You were
like,
just standing there coneless.
like I have my squishy I'm like, I'm in a blue polo, like I'm not equipped
to handle what I
that.
just saw.
Whatever that was, can't do that.
There's so much pent up like rage, aggression, and
Girl.
sexuality going on in the
And
male
what
community.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you bitches are weird. And then they came back like probably an hour later and he was like, hey, can I have another cone? And I go, I was like, I literally the other one's already up there. So he's like, I actually kind
We
of
lost the first one.
got a little too excited with the last one. And he came back and he was like, can I have another one? I go, no, because I saw what you did with that last one and I'm not giving you any more.
Yeah.
Good for
And then
you.
he goes, I'm going to tell my mom. I go, okay, go ahead, bring her over here and I'll tell her what you did with that last one and then we can talk about it. And then he was like, and he just walked away and I was like, yeah, I can't do this job.
Final straw.
Hey, I'm not going to be able to do this forever. What's the worst job you guys have ever had? Or the hardest, whether it's worst, hardest,
I would say
weirdest.
my worst is one that I signed an NDA for, but it was just in social media. Just
Gotcha.
a really stressful social media job.
I can only imagine.
I don't know what my worst job. I was an intern at the New York Stock Exchange.
The room erupts in
Yeah.
laughter.
The room
Everyone's
erupts.
in
I was
disbelief.
working
Why
for
the fuck are you working in
investment
stock?
banking on the trading floor. Yeah. And they were like, hey, Andrew, we're actually like very hungry. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I got it. They would make me go pick up about 8 pies of pizza to bring back. I was getting
right? They were
coffees
heavy.
like this, like balancing them, coming into the wearing a suit,
Like a
sweating.
2000s rom-com.
No, actually, no, it was my work. It
You're
was
our
definitely-
generation's Anne Hathaway. In many ways.
It's like I just like keep telling me
Right?
something. I'm like, yes. that was
Andy?
the-
Andy,
You were
Andy
Andy.
Sachs.
But we did work maintenance.
We did
together.
clean toilets together for a little bit, but honestly, that was a fun job.
We were picking
Because you guys had each
weeds.
other?
Yeah, we were singing, we were harmonizing.
But it got to a point where it was like when you weren't working with me,
Misery.
It was misery because there was the older
Jerry.
man, Jerry. He would pick the weeds, and I'd be like, Jerry,
You did something nasty to Jerry.
I gotta go to the bathroom. And I would drive the cart to the bathroom, but I wouldn't go to the bathroom. I would sit in the cafeteria and I would eat cookies and watch Jerry through the
Jerry's
window
about
pick the weeds.
80 years old. He's about 80 years old, picking weeds on his hands and knees.
I'm
You're like,
sorry.
ugh, it got so miserable when I had to watch Jerry do the job
like, I'm
alone.
There was something about those weeds I couldn't. I couldn't just
I
do
simply
it.
can't.
That was a strange job though, because it was like every day it was something different. It was like being on The Simple Life, but we were 17 and
A new
because they'd be like,
task.
today you're gonna clean out this like dumpster that we forgot exists in the back of the facility, and I'd be like surrounded by bees
And we're, like,
and like
gagging.
dime bags. So many
Dime
dime bags
bags?
everywhere. And I
Literally.
was like 17 and obsessed with Miley Cyrus and her Bangers era, so I would pick them all up and take pictures with them.
Like he was like, I'm so cool.
I'm like, oh my god, this had drugs in it at one point. This is so sick.
Tagging Miley Cyrus. That
Literally.
has nothing to do with her.
Nothing. She sees it. She's like,
Fuck,
She blocks you.
literally.
What a
But-
random job, but you guys worked it together.
we worked it together.
Yeah.
I love.
And we would just like go to Tropical Smoothie Cafe for half the day sometimes.
We get like little things of macaroons and just
Yeah.
pop them in our mouth. in the
There was a
cart.
skate park there. We were cleaning the skate park at times.
We
Remember
really.
that?
I wish that was all documented. I mean,
it
was.
kind of
Work
was.
at
I have a lot
Charlie
of
in the Chocolate Factory.
Well, basically.
like there
Where
was
the fuck
6
were you?
orphans that were brought in at one
Little
point.
orange men.
A chocolate river.
It's very strange. That's so funny. Yeah, me and Dason worked a job together too, but it was like an office job, and our cubicles were like right next to each other.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, and I just like, I don't know, I was so unserious in that job. I was like, I can't do this forever. But then Dason actually quit before me, And I remember when she quit, I was like, wait, why? I didn't even do it yet. Because she like gave her 2 weeks and I hadn't. And she was like, I just can't do this anymore, dude. And I was like, you're going to leave me there by myself?
How much longer did you stay?
I'm not even kidding. A week.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, bye.
By the way.
Because you're like, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe I thought I was going to work there without her. Like, without.
I can't imagine.
No fucking way. No. You won't catch me there. Not even a little bit. It was so silly, too, because the job we had was literally, like, telling people bad news about traffic. So, naturally, like, they're going to fucking hate us, on site. And so, the two of us doing that together, like,
I can imagine
we would,
bearing that weight.
Literally canvas neighborhoods. Like, we would walk in the hot fucking sun and like go to people's houses and be like, hey, they're gonna be power drilling behind your house for the next 8 to 10 years. Hope you're cool with that. Do you want to get emails about it? And they'd be like, fuck you. Like, the amount of times I got cussed out on someone's porch. And I'm in my Nike Roches from 2009. Like, girl,
that's different. Like, for it to be in person, as opposed to over the phone, like, I actually cannot imagine. Because I worked a sales job and people would curse me out all the time.
They are so mean.
See them. Like, all right. Fuck that.
Tayson sometimes would have to answer phone calls. And the way that old people will call to ask about construction is fucking insane. I'm like, you're 90. Like, worry about other things, girl. Like, get your affairs in order. Like, now is not the time. Like, literally one time Dace was like, I need to play you this voicemail that I had to talk to this guy for so long today. And he like called and he wanted to know what kind of gravel was being used on the 405 because it was important to him. And Dazen had to like look up, like she had to call an engineer and like talk to him and then call the guy back, and then he had more questions.
But she got the answer.
Of course.
And that's a scientist.
She was like, can you fucking believe
that's a woman
this?
In STEM.
Yeah.
Woman in STEM. She was like, I can't do this anymore. I remember one time we were walking around the neighborhoods for hours. It was so hot. And then like we went back, we ate lunch, and we were in the break room. We were eating lunch together. And we were laughing, like making each other laugh. And I told her, I was like, dude, I need you to do me a favor. And she was like, what? I was like, I need you to throw up so we can go home.
No, you guys are just like us.
I would do the same thing.
Because at that point, Dason had mastered the art of being able to like make herself throw up.
Yeah,
very
I was like, dude, go in that bathroom, go throw up, come back. And I'm gonna like, I have to take her home because we carpooled. And I was like, gotta take her home.
That's so good.
And then we were laughing and she goes, I'm not gonna do that. I was like, come on, don't you want to go?
Did she do it?
No.
I feel like you would have committed to the bit.
I would have committed to the bit.
I was like, Andrew, throw up right here.
And the only reason she didn't was because we had like maybe 2 hours left.
Okay.
And then she was like, dude, we can make it 2 more
We
hours.
can save
like,
that for a worse day.
Yeah, she was like, let's use that another time.
But there's nothing more mortifying
Use that for like
than
9
actually
a.m.
throwing up and like walking in there and being like, hey guys,
I threw up.
I just threw up, so I'm gonna go. They're like, all right, man, whatever you need. I'm like,
they're just looking
and
at
Joe
you.
doesn't drive, so he has to come with me.
You're like, you guys are just like.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I
The
feel like
amount
we
of
pulled that
times.
before.
Yeah, for
100%.
sure.
Oh,
well, you're
God.
always throwing up.
Right?
As I was saying it, I tried
So
to
is
stop
Dace.
it.
That's so
I tried
funny.
to stop saying it. I'm
Sam
sorry.
GERD.
That's
I don't know.
fucking GERD.
Yeah.
HIPAA, sorry.
Yeah. Whatever.
I am violating your HIPAA every day.
Every day. Every day, because then I'll go into an extensive conversation of why I threw up.
The
And all
amount
the
of
listeners
times
are like,
that
Andrew, you should
Andrew
go to
gets
the
diagnosed. Every single comment on
Every.
like everything we post is a diagnosis for Andrew, and every diagnosis is different. Like,
Girl, same.
Yeah.
Same
Always.
on this show, on the show of days, like they're constantly
everyone
diagnosing
lives to diagnose.
Yes.
Girl.
And it was like funny at first, but now we're starting to be like, scale back on the doctors.
I'm like, listen,
Yeah.
you guys, like, thank you for saying that, but
Girl,
I'm
the
actually
amount
good.
like I've told people, like, well, me and Dace have both said like I hate loud noises. Like I just like when they're in enclosed spaces. Like I don't like them outside, but like especially indoors, like they upset me, like they make me angry. The amount of people that diagnosed my mental illnesses off that.
Oh yeah,
comment.
of course.
Girl, the way they immediately were like, oh yeah, you have this.
Yes.
No, I don't.
I was speaking to
And
my
even if I do,
therapist.
I don't need you to tell me.
I was speaking to my therapist for like 3 months last summer, and I was like, all of my like YouTube comments are saying I'm autistic. Like I have to be autistic. Like it just finally makes sense. And he was like, why do you want to know this? He's like,
Yeah.
actually, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm speaking to you, like, you don't need to know. I was like, no, but everyone's letting me know. Like, they must be right. And he was like, does that affect you? Like, do they know you? And I was like, well,
No.
yes. I was like,
They
actually,
do.
in some
Well,
ways.
I don't know.
But I was like, when so many people are telling you things all the time about
Bro.
yourself,
Believe it.
you start to be like, okay, you must have a point.
No,
I'm wrong.
for real.
Myself and my doctors,
Yeah.
they can make errors.
No,
with
for
this
real.
person, they know what they're talking about.
Actually.
Everybody, yeah, they're like, Andrew, you have severe ADHD. I'm like, well, yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's why I have a podcast where we go
That's why this works.
one place all the way to another, and then again, I'm crying at the end. How did we get here?
And to be fair, I've never really thought about it, but I've never thought actively that I had ADHD. I'm like, I don't think so, because I can focus on one thing. But then when I talk to my mom and sister, I'm like, actually, I don't know. Because,
Yeah.
like, again, like, I'll jump.
Yeah,
Like, as
yeah.
soon as I told you, I ended up Chinese Imperial Army.
Yes.
How the fuck did I get there? Like, I'll just talk for an hour with no interruption.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about 3
Everything.
billion things in
That's what
one.
happens.
And it's the same where, like, you start one task and then you go, it takes you into another room and then you see something else and you're like, well, I should do that. And then I'll
Yeah.
come back to
Yeah.
this. And then nothing's ever finished.
No, I'm bad with staring. Like, I'll be like, no, in a
I thought you were
restaurant.
going to say stairs.
In a restaurant, no, because yesterday you put it into perspective for me again. But he's
If
always
it's not the comments, it's me. Someone
He's like,
You're
gotta get
his
that checked out.
comment.
Because, but any
It's
like
just me
any
the whole
food, any food that comes by, anything, even if I'm having an elaborate conversation with you, I'm
Yeah.
somewhere. I'm like this. My neck is. It's almost I'm getting whiplash because I'm looking at everything else
You just
besides the
have to.
person I'm with.
incessant, like,
And Joe's like, huh? Do you think this is why you shouldn't go to
that's
restaurants
not, I did
for
not
dates?
say it with this tone. I did not say. All I said was make sure you never go on another first to fourth date at a restaurant.
I'm like, oh, that
Like,
sucks.
save that.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be mean. You said,
I'll starve. I'll starve.
No, I was just saying wait until someone gets to know you, and then they'll because otherwise.
once they get used to that, then you can
Well,
go
then they'll be like,
outside.
"Oh, he's staring at food," but you could be like, "Is he staring at another man? Like, is he not interested in what I'm
Right.
saying?" Because it's fully like zeroed in on the molten lava cake, where you're like, "Okay, I'm
Just
not
show
even
them your
here."
TikTok comments and
You're
be
right.
like, well, according
Like,
to my
You want to
doctors,
know?
that's
I
why.
have severe ADHD.
This is why that happens.
for sure.
Dude, my boyfriend does this thing where he has to smell everything, which I don't know what that is, but if someone
We'll
wants
find
to
out.
let
We'll
me
find
know,
out.
yeah, I'm sure they'll let me know. But he has to smell it, like no matter what it is, especially if he's gonna eat it, which I find odd. And he'll smell it even if he's already eaten it.
Is there sometimes like a smell and a rejection? Like if the smell isn't good.
Yeah,
you won't
or
have
like
it?
if he touches something and his hand gets wet, he immediately smells his hand, which I find to be gross.
That's a risk.
That's what I'm
That's a
saying.
risk.
Literally yesterday, I'm not kidding, because he was like getting in the car and I think his hand got wet from like the rainwater because it was raining a couple days ago. And then we get in the car and I'm talking and he's like, like listening, and I see him smell his hand and I was like, why do you do that? Like, why do you do that? Why do you do that? That's gross. And then he's like, how do you not smell things? And I'm like, I don't need to.
Yeah.
I'm not a
happy
baby
to
putting
live in
everything in my mouth
ignorance.
to identify it. I don't need to do that. And I was like, you'll smell food you've already eaten. Like, why do you do that? And he was like, it's
It kinda
normal.
you're kind of a sniffer.
Really? Really? I'm sniffing now? I'm a sniffer?
HIPAA.
HIPAA, listen. One time I said,
Well, you're kind of a sniffer.
I said I'm a lip,
It
I'm a
almost
lip
sounds like
smeller.
like an
Have you
offensive
ever seen
slur. I
someone
don't like it.
do that. No, we posted a clip for TikTok.
You
of
were
me
diagnosed from that one as
Oh,
well.
of course. I was smelling my upper lip. I'm like, have you ever had a milkshake and like it just like lingers that sour milk on the top of your lip? I'm sorry, but like, sorry, your lips aren't big enough to smell them. Like that's a talent. And stop saying I have lip filler. Me having a spiraling about the comments.
When you have a milkshake,
Sour milk.
you're disgusting. It's like one of those things you can't stop smelling, so you have to keep forcing yourself to smell it. It's so disgusting, bro. That is so real. That's so
Yeah, come
funny.
on. No one else is willing to say it but
You know when
me.
you have like a milkshake.
Oh god.
So gross, dude.
It's too good.
You said no one's brave enough to
No,
say it.
no one
I
is.
will.
I will. Done. Yeah, I had a
Oh my
milkshake.
god.
Holy fuck,
Holy
dude.
shit.
That is so funny. Because I
You'll
know what
never
you
look at
mean.
a
Yeah,
milkshake.
I know you know what I mean. I know everybody here.
So I was like, You're actually so real for that. That's actually
like
so
no
true.
one's looking me in the face. Yeah.
Because you guys have been sniffing, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, turns out we're all sniffers.
Lip
so
sniffers. So.
holy fuck, that's so gross. Oh my god, that's so funny. Dude, milkshakes are sinister.
No.
They turn your breath top girl.
They turn everything.
I was just talking to Jason about this. I'm like, shit, that makes like things that make your breath smell awful no matter what.
Milkshake.
One of the things I said was like anything with like protein shake,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
milkshake, anything creamy, but especially a protein shake. I'm like, what the fuck do they put in that makes your breath so fucking rancid?
Yeah.
Don't know.
No.
It's
or
like truly gross.
Process dairy well though, right?
No.
No.
Girl, I told you what happened to me when I had
yeah,
that
that
ricotta. Girl.
You were diagnosed in those comments.
I sure fucking was.
I was
With
reading them.
IBS,
Yeah.
girl. They were telling me that I paid the piper heavily that morning. I barely made it to our session to record. My ass was on fucking fire.
But
it was
sometimes
fucking
like
terrible.
it's kind of like that's like your trophy of an amazing dinner or an amazing like you're kind of like
That's my take home gift.
yeah, my
That's my
asshole's on
version.
fire and you're kind of like last night was amazing. Last night I went
Shut the
crazy.
fuck
Unforgettable
up.
night.
Last night it was crazy.
You know when it's like you're paying it so hard you have to get like naked while you're going to
Yes,
bed.
yeah.
Like you're just like
when the socks come off, it's a whole different
girl,
experience.
yeah, when your feet have to touch tile or
Yeah.
something because
Yeah.
you're like hot, you're like on fire. It's so bad. It's one of those where you can't even look at your phone.
No.
Like I can't even entertain
You have to be
myself.
present.
Yeah,
And both hands have
Zeroing
to be like,
in.
yeah, you have to lock in.
full body tension. Yeah.
I'll just read this last comment and then we'll wrap it up. But it says, no, nope, sorry. Too close for comfort. You two have to be shagging. Well,
The problem is that we don't disagree.
I know.
That's
what I
almost
said.
the worst
Well,
part.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know. How can we judge? But
We
even if they
can't.
are, I guess it's not a problem. This just to refresh. This
Yeah.
is TikTok saying this is affection between two straight men.
Yeah, like they're saying that they are two straight men who want to normalize affection for your straight friends, which is fine. But then they're talking about cuddling and rubbing each other's feet and stuff.
I'm gonna tell
I
you.
think
though,
we should start posting content like that.
I think we should too.
we
That's
should be like
so funny.
normalized straight friendships.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Change nothing
Next
about you.
week, you're gonna be reading comments on that.
Exactly.
You know, if they're massaging each other's feet, who are we to say if they're
Yeah.
shagging?
You never know.
Because
Love is
sometimes,
love.
sometimes you have a little like muscle ache in your foot, and then
Totally.
your bro is there, and he's like, he's got some
It's
thumbs.
actually really sad to think that you couldn't ask your bro to massage your foot. Like it is. That's a shame.
That's
because
it's a
fair.
shame.
You
That
know
is
what I
fair.
mean?
Yeah,
if
totally.
if I needed you to massage my foot, I know that you would.
And I would.
You
I would do
it with
anything.
pleasure. Yeah.
So, I'm like, you're like, that's weird. You would do anything to massage my feet?
So you starting your own. Actually, forget it. This is
Yeah,
weird.
no.
I think that's how it would unfold.
I do agree, but at least you
Yeah.
got to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least you
You
got.
don't know
The
until you try
cuddling,
it.
I would say, let's keep that out of the equation.
But that's just
otherwise,
our boundary.
That's just my boundary.
And maybe that's not theirs.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, it's like the undertones of it. Even if they were like a man and a woman,
Yeah.
like there is a certain line you cross when you start like really showing like love
Extreme physical
affection.
intimacy,
Yeah, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It doesn't even really matter how they identify.
Right.
Like you get past a certain point and you're like, is this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with showing affection to your bros.
No.
Nothing at all.
Look at
There
us.
And we should be showing more affection to our bros.
You should be showing more affection
Yes.
to your bros. Okay, well, just to wrap, right? We talked about all kinds of things. Nothing on topic.
I don't remember
at
a
all.
single one.
I don't remember a single thing other than you saying you smell your lips after you have them.
Yeah, that was the closure for sure. That took us
That
out.
will resurface on the internet again.
But we did talk about obviously your guys' beautiful friendship and now partnership because you all have an amazing podcast together. But I would love to know what your best piece of advice is for anyone who's like besties and maybe they want to go into business together or start a pod or, you know, do any sort of creative endeavor together. What's your guys' best piece of advice for them?
I think that's like trust what the other person has to say too. It's like I think we do a really good job of like Joe will come in with an idea, I'll come in with an idea, and we both hear each other and being like, yes. It's also like when you go into business with somebody, it's like you need to know how to have conversations. And like we struggled at the beginning. We were like, what the hell are we doing? Or like the passiveness would catch up. But like when money is involved, like you need to have conversations. You need to recognize what you're getting yourself into. And if you're monetizing a friendship, like you need to have a solid foundation for your friendship before you even get into it.
Yeah. I also think that that's the main, it's like making sure that the most important thing is the friendship.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
it's above the business.
Yeah. Because I think that we had a time, like in our first year of doing things, like getting a morsel of attention, I feel like we suddenly were like, every time we were together, it was content.
Yeah.
And like prior to that, it was like we were together every single day for no reason. Yeah. And just for fun. Yeah. So I feel like now we found that healthy middle where it's like, well, listen, we're still going to make that content, but we also need to prioritize like, the only reason this exists is because we have a special friendship.
Yeah,
and, like,
and not the other way around.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's very important. And having fun.
That's such a good point about separating the two and prioritizing one over the other. Because same thing with me and my sister too. Like it's like we're sisters before we're business partners. Just like you guys are besties before you're business partners. Period. Love that. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having
I'm obsessed with both of you. I honestly multiple times forgot we were recording.
You know, it's just the best feeling.
I'm just obsessed with you guys.
I can't wait to hear this episode.
I know, I'm terrified.
Because I don't remember a fucking thing.
No.
Where can everybody find you?
You can find us across all platforms at Good Children Pod. New episodes every single Wednesday.
Period. And what about individuals?
I'm on Instagram at Andrew Muscarella.
Period.
And on TikTok at Andrew_Musky, MUSKY.
I'm on Instagram at Joe Hegyes, HEGYES, and on TikTok at Be Quiet Joe.
Love. Thank you so much for coming on the pod. I'm fucking obsessed for you guys. You guys are so fucking funny. And thank you all for joining us on this episode of The Comment Section. Please don't forget to follow Joe and Andrew on everything, and make sure you listen to Good Children. It is so fucking hilarious. And I've also been on their show, so y'all can check out that episode as well. Period. Start there, work back. Period. Love that. And thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, new episodes of The Comment Section drop every Wednesday. You can stream the audio on all streaming platforms, or you can watch the video for free exclusively on our favorite platforms, Spotify, duh. And thank you so much again to Joe and Andrew, Good Children, for being on the show, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.